This story is something I like to talk about very often. It happened a few years ago when I was working a night shift job in a remote part of the American wilderness. Back then, I didn't believe in ghosts, I didn't believe in monsters, and I definitely didn't believe that the forest was alive. But after what I went through, I don't walk alone in the dark anymore. And if you ever find yourself working alone, deep in the wilderness, stay alert, because sometimes you're not really alone. This is my story. I worked for a small security company in the Pacific Northwest. Our job was simple: watch over remote properties, cabins, communication towers, ranger stations, places too far away for local police to patrol. It paid well, but the shifts were long, mostly nights. The location for this story was a tiny research building, miles away from the nearest town. One road in. One road out, surrounded by thick forest and long stretches of silence. There were cameras, radios, spotlights, but most of the time, it was just me and the trees. I used to think the silence was peaceful. I don't think that anymore. The first strange thing happened during my second week. It was around 30 in the morning. No wind. No rain. Just quiet. I was watching the monitors when I heard it. Footsteps. Slow, steady, crunching across gravel, right outside the front door. I froze. We didn't get visitors out there, especially not at night. I checked the cameras. Nothing. I muted the audio feed, thinking maybe it was an animal. But the footsteps kept getting closer. Then they stopped, right outside. I waited, holding my breath, but nothing happened. When I finally opened the door, no one was there, just darkness, and that quiet, heavy feeling, like something had been standing inches away from me, watching. A few nights later, I was doing my usual rounds. The building had 3 rooms, one hallway, and a back exit that led into the forest. Around 3 a.m., I heard someone say my name, clear as day, right outside the back door. It sounded like my supervisor. Same tone. Same rhythm, just quieter, like a whisper. Hey, you there? I walked to the door, reached for the handle. Then I stopped, because I remembered something. My supervisor never came at night. Ever. So I checked the cameras again. Nothing. No cars. No people. No movement. Just still trees. And that same voice. Softer calling again. Only this time, it sounded just a little wrong. Like someone trying to copy a voice they'd heard before. After that night, things started happening more often. Sometimes I'd hear footsteps on the roof. Sometimes I'd hear someone walking the hallway when I knew I was alone. And then the voice came back. Different voices. Men. Women. Sometimes even children. Always soft. Always familiar. Always calling me outside. I tried telling myself it was the wind. Or animals, or my imagination. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. Because wind doesn't say your name. About a month into the job, another guard started working with me on weekends. His name was Tyler. Young guy. Quiet. Hard. Working. And on his first weekend, I noticed something. He kept looking at the back door, like he expected someone to walk in. Finally, I asked him, and he said, "Do you ever hear voices out here?" I felt my stomach drop, because I had never told him anything. One night, around 4 a.m., Tyler went outside to smoke. He always stayed near the building. Never went far. But this time, he didn't come back. 5 minutes passed, then 10. I radioed him. No answer. I stepped outside, calling his name. The forest swallowed my voice. Then, from deeper in the trees, I heard him. "Hey, over here." But the voice sounded wrong, like an echo, like it was trying to sound human. I walked toward it, then stopped, because the voice called again. But this time, it came from the opposite direction. Two Tylers, calling at once. And the real Tyler was nowhere in sight. I don't know how to explain what I saw that night. But when I turned my flashlight toward the tree line, something stepped back. Not running. Just melting into the shadows. Tall. Too thin. Limbs just slightly too long. And then it spoke. But it didn't sound like Tyler anymore. It sounded like me. My own voice, calling me deeper into the trees. Long pause, very slow delivery. I backed away. Slow. Careful. And the thing matched my footsteps, like it was learning, like it was practicing. I turned, ran inside, locked every door. The radio crackled. Then I heard it again. My voice, whispering from the hallway, even though I was sitting at the desk. Tyler came back at sunrise. He said he felt lost for a while and didn't remember where he went. He quit the next day. I lasted 1 more week. Then I left too. And I promised myself, never again. So, if you ever work alone, in the middle of nowhere, and you hear a voice calling your name, especially if it sounds familiar, don't answer, because sometimes the forest learns your voice, and it wants you to follow. If you enjoy real-style horror storytelling like this, make sure to subscribe to American Wilderness Secret, so you never walk alone at night.